the management's your bosses to explain into details what you've done. So this
we were all waiting for, that they should dissolve the team, because it doesn't actually speak well of us as a whole country. Like, Ghana is not just a country. It is one of the country when it has to do with football, or when we are counting African countries with the best football teams, Ghana is part of one of those countries. And so see football in Ghana being so messy, or we not seeing that kind of energy we used to know of our Black Stars, it is so disheartening. So GFA taking the step to dissolve the whole team, I think it's a good start. But you see, the other day I was also saying that it's not about we changing coaches, but we should rather look at the main problem, or the main problem facing the Ghana Football Association, and then we should find solution to it. And so they actually maintaining the coach and dissolving the whole team, well, it's not that bad, because definitely they are going to have an interrogation with the coach, having to know why this has happened, because it doesn't actually speak well of us as a country, a whole African Cup of Nations, and Ghana is not part. It's so disheartening. And some the smaller teams we used to know then not playing so well actually did very well, and then to the extent that a whole champion football Ghana, like it's just down. And then when you're talking about issues like this, it is so painful. And so GFA to me has done really well by dissolving the team, but then maintaining the coach too is not bad. At least let's see, since they'll be questioning him, or there'll be an interrogation between the coach and the GFA. I'm sure it's the GFA committee that want to talk to him, right? Yeah. So let's be watching and know what will come out from that. But then I would say that this step they've taken is actually a good step. Yes, they should dissolve. As I said, that they have to reset the football team in Ghana, and so dissolving it is very good. But then one thing I will also add up is we don't want them to dissolve the party, then afterwards, after like solving everything, and then we are still not seeing what we are supposed to see, the improvements we want to see in the Ghana Football Association. So what we are saying is that even though they've dissolved the party, they should make sure that those things, or those small itchy somewhere that actually brought the football Ghana football team down, and then we're not seeing that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of how will I say it? Yes, that kind of enthusiasm we used to see in Ghana match. Those times, if Ghana is going to play ball, even when you are in class, there is lectures tomorrow, or you have studies tomorrow. No matter how serious that subject is, you have to go home and go and watch Ghana football. But then it's so sad that even their last match, no one went there, because they know what will become. Like they know what will be the outcome of the match. Now Ghana football is in such a way that you can actually sit at your home and predict, and then you are not going to fail with your prediction. Definitely you will see it. It's like you've predicted it and you saw it coming to pass. And so them dissolving the whole team, it's a good start. But then we are saying that even though they've dissolved the party, they should make sure that those particular issues that has actually brought down the football like team in this country, they should actually work towards it, and then make sure that such incidents don't occur again. That's what we're praying for.
All right, DJ.
How much more there? Yes. Oh, I'm not paid. I'm good news back. But question I want to say, you deserving the team. Are you going to find a solution about it? It is said here, what problem be? No, I can't know. And sanity to a news still now problem no yet. Born say me because of this problem into my monsa and I say my be still problem near the so what I say it's you deserving the team. I was say mobile organize another team. More find a solution to that problem than the world, because the next sad team because other na mo be mo say mo deserve team no say coach ni kan and I say mo deserve management now say coach ni kan eti na so no so mo pe bibi e fa so anya sa dia ana one thing na me about Blackstar they say currently Blackstar home whom you know omo bo Blackstar team na your connection so what you say e was say the way we fa we nko because of say onimobi last season you go ball AFCON na disqualify ya nko biem no you dey see player back ko say ni offer say dem be minister say dem chinchi na onim ball ne but e was say dey dey you fix him ne wo bobi eti no nipa no be ball na nkasa ne mu no e bia oni odo so be ball ana ya force na say kobo eti no be bobi ya bi but yes say mo deserve team but answer na o new management for Blackstar no you find a solution to it because World Cup right after we can say AFCON World Cup won me or just a couple qualification it's no team need the amount deserving management need the team never and I was saying that team is almost a good no more set another team for so I just say either see we are going to use our local players and I say more foreign players now because see Blackstar mo Blackstar this tournament me players to pen no mo local team e wo Ghana asi mo makani na foreign teams nko but mo ko try my best e she goals e gidin won na de na na ye wo fie no mom de wo say no so I just say at GFL man ya de somebody deserve a Blackstar management team but at least still na ma deserve mo guso am pe solution no kwasi apia na de Akufo-Addo na de ono or babeka because no oye coach ana ono so tie order from above hey for we because we under someone so what it is deserve the management dey but find a solution to problems na we no eni ani we pamu kwasi apia of course Sudan so qualify Sudan ya qualify ada na Ghana dey enti ya qualify you feel say the problem was kwasi apia but ono ako manage team bi e dey o mako na way. So what I say, we should find the problem of this normal course no. The nyai and the UAF yo, actually the bishop and the UAF, actually the bishop. And yes, I son and be yes, son and be
all right. Okay, so moving to our next story, this we are delving into the educational sector. So today being Thursday, November 21st. About 80 educational projects across all 16 regions of the country will be launched and as initiated today. So the initiative seeks to enhance access to quality education by providing modern facilities tailored to meet the diverse needs of Ghanaian students. Now the question is, what you are doing, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly okay, but why would you wait as a politician? So yeah, your musubain or 1 month to election, then they start how would I say it, initiating projects. Do you know, say just last stop crying so just this week, within this week, and I was like, really? So are we that needy to the extent because you see say we are young collars and dream susa and say some person would dream there go be sano and sister there be one message everyone so
well, I think it's not always about you bringing out an initiative, but the question is how well is it going to function? And you know, politicians, they have this kind of tricks, as you said. It is always when it's time for election, that is when they come up with something that they know is actually the need of the citizens, but then they don't actually pay heed to it. So it's time for election because they know that's the only way they can attract your vote for you to vote for them. You see, that's why I always say that our politicians don't actually think about we the citizens. They are actually thinking about they themselves. We are in a country where I don't know whether you've been to OT region, but we have some parts of OT region. Students study under trees. They study under uncompleted buildings. Sometimes they start with the project. That's why I say it's not always about you bringing up an initiative, but how well that initiative is going to function. Because they'll start up with a project, and then they won't finish with that particular project. Then they'll come up with another initiative. What they are bringing up, I'm not saying it's not good. It's very good, because we still have schools in this country that do not even have the necessary tools and then staffs for studying. That's why upcoming teachers, when they post them especially into remote areas, they don't want to go. They don't want to go because that particular place doesn't have the necessary tools for that will enhance easy teaching and learning. You get it? So as I've completed school and then you are posting me into a remote, I won't go. I will definitely change it. I won't go, because when the person goes there and then there is nothing like necessary tools for him to use to teach the student, how well do you want him to cope? So bringing up an initiative is very good, but then how well is it going to function? Are they bringing the initiative for it to function? But they say in 16 regions. Sometimes they bring this initiative and then you only see it functioning in some part of Accra, as if the other parts are not part of like Ghana. You get it? But these people are also part of the country. See, we are in a country where anytime is up for election or election is due, this politician will find every possible means to get to these remote areas that their roads are not in good shape. There is no electricity. Like the system in that particular community is actually not working. But this politician will find every possible means to go there to campaign. But then when it's time for developmental project, like it's like they will not do that. So they are only interested in you coming to hand power over to them for them to rule you, but they are not actually interested in your well-being. And you know, we are also voting for you for development. We all can't be presidents of the country, and that's why we are actually giving you that opportunity to become the leader, and then you make sure that you make life so easy for us to live. But what comes after that? When we vote for you, you are only interested in yourself. We are voting. You see, we've changed the dynamics of politics in Ghana here. We are voting for you to serve us. But it looks like in Ghana we are rather voting for you for we to come and serve you, instead of you doing the right thing. You get it? And it's very bad. It's actually very bad of us, because we are voting for you to serve us, to make sure that everything is working, the system is working. And you know, all this initiative is just a tactics. It's a political tactics. It's just a political tactic, because all these people, none of their children is actually, for your information, none of their children is even like attending any of those schools in this country. Even if they all attend, you know, we have this British schools in Ghana here. We have this private schools, and when you compare private schools to government schools, you can actually tell the difference. All private schools are actually doing marvelously well than the government institutions, and then we should ask ourselves that why is it so? You see, but then we refuse to actually ask ourselves those questions. And then the best thing we do is that coming out to speak big English, we are doing this, we are doing that, we are doing this, and then they'll start. I'm not saying they won't start, sometimes they start like very well, like very classy. It's just like I don't know, it's like Ghana here, we are always interested to come out with an initiative, and then they'll go launch the thing, everything, and then at the end of the day, you see what? Like they won't continue, and it's very bad. And so far as the person does not feel your pain, it's very difficult for the person to continue. As we were saying the other time, I'm not trying to divert the issue, but then let's see, we have some parts in Ghana here that our roads are so bad, in a bad shape. So imagine an MP or a president driving in this kind of huge vehicles, Land Cruiser, Rolls, and I said then with those big names of those vehicles, he actually doesn't feel what you are feeling. And so when you come out to tell the person that this our roads are bad, if you don't fix it, the person is not feeling it because the person is actually in that vehicle. And so we should make politics unattractive in this country. If you come into power, you are not supposed to drive those kind of vehicle. Drive a vehicle that you actually feel the pain of the citizens, so that when they come out to speak, you will be able to understand them. So back to what we were saying, bringing out that initiative is good. Yes, bringing out that initiative is very good because it will actually enhance in teaching and then learning. But what we are saying is that as you are bringing out the initiative, make sure it functions. Don't continue. And then at the end of the day, you know what is funny? We are left with almost some few days to election. They will start with this. I'm not saying the NPP will not win. They might win, but then in case it changes, no one will continue. Even sometimes when they are in power, they start and then they don't continue. They'll make sure they go to all those 16 regions and they make sure they launch it or whatever. But then at the end of the day, they won't come back to ensure that what they have actually initiated is working or not, and it's very bad of us. So the last thing I will say is that it's not always about coming up with an initiative, but then make sure that the initiative you are coming up with will function, and at the end of the day, it will benefit the citizens as a whole, not to impress us to vote for you. Thank you.
DJ Rock.
These politicians, they need the new mumpo. Well, one say they have some strategy, say, or they have some motive, say, like we will start, we will not finish. They say you are starting on there. That's the mentality of Munyamai or Muhumai. And I yenso yenim zesa and I yenso there because actually, as some of can say 4 years, 4 years, and so I just I do election year less than 1 month after the mode gravels. Say I know say then the air fairly potholes were like important community something no more de gravel said air fairly nya it you know one say Ebeka am say they are doing this to impress us and I said yes yeah tomorrow mo beto aso. And I was talking to my mother on phone and I'm beside said nungwa kwan na maya na munim say mo nya ade na mamu ntache na enye te say de be ye na mo atache kwan si akọ report tools overhead nso na mo yo overhead na mo ye mo jai kwan na ye mo nya biem in the name of say sikasa enso mo nya sika ko tu swimming pool oh baby a waste of money
go see Bank of Ghana.
So what yes here won and then last time we were talking say I was said do time Ghana yen draw a policy ma wo mo ye hia mo manifesto bia ye hia mo yi bia policy bia e wo hodeda eto ba wanwie a foforo ba no so abeto aso. So what I say we have even facilities and I say companies or factories are rollings ekra best at here when you still akabushim kufo de obushim wo de fane say wo de fine empty politics no Ghana politics are two parties since Nkrumah wu ya NDC Rollins by NDC by NPP by aye NPP NDC what dey say you can say NPP we need na say you can say NDC project na won ya what dey NPP project wo ho de dada no kona ko start na ye your Ghana say yes we manufacturing companies or Ghana say yembia no mpo ebiagu still na egu bushima ye hu ye. The other time I was watching YouTube and I'm copy so almost on my BB factory, say sugar factory, say plan BB factory.
Sugar factory.
I know almost BB factory, say tomato factory. Me say washroom classroom, washroom esun. It's factory no na factory no.
Very small.
Kas BB cassava factory. And I'm say it's we no more the be starch and more the be gari. Okay, me say abrofi China this is China no the leading gold cocoa omo cocoa omo asase cocoa be enso hwe me hwe yi is it India today do you manufacture gari o ye factory car ni kotu banche ne ba na be hwe obi afa ne san kan e process by process eti omo hwe banche ne gu machine mu a na a process kwa another way na eyi hu ye wodi eyi hu Miss Efekeke.
They don't have the money. Ghanaians don't have the money.
We don't have the money. I am a bossy boy. I am a bossy boy. Net Bank of Ghana sika ye di shame. Check it out to a scan there. It's our 1 billion no mo kwa jama de ko I want the bed. Because mo the bed is some of the bed project in that. But see, once the politicians or more say no. Strategy they be mu use. Oh, me nya ye ntwe e ka 1 year na attack. Enim say ye ba na be catch so ya start ye nwie ya do vote for us. Next story.
Okay, so yesterday we had a story on the flower pot and then flower pot issue where some ministers went to destroy the words of the properties of some hawkers. So initially, say omo honum no. They promised them a place. You see, yesterday I was asking. Yesterday I asked, is it the duty of Impenyufo to build a marketplace? And yes, it's the duty of Impenyufo to build a marketplace, but the traders, they are the ones who are very stubborn or more cotton at the marketplace to sell their things. But where they are, they were promised a place. Say okay, mo sorry for ye wia na mo aba na mo wie na ya bounce a masa be pame yen nti ye wo video a wo say ye hye nti yen hwe video no na yen sambo ebio. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, some hawkers have expressed their displeasure, claiming they were promised a designated area to continue their trade once the interchange was completed. Now, maybe, my baby Antina, DJ Rock.
Okay. One say I cannot 12 about. Until you used to be, maybe used to 2 minutes and me fan kasa. One say, I say mo, yeah, my umi say we can say yeah have a draw. One say, okay, fine. Trimode, ye penny yemu. So what you say? Ye penny yemu. Mumfiha, yes, move your number. One. Okay, young video.
Yeah, one and who opposite overhead in one the top what they call filling station one. I wanna AM phone better chama yeah. Nanka yetwa na yetwa de. And according to a workers say I want almost best yes but almost free almost apamu ye free what the about overhead say. Say met na for the meantime. It is a nyame ya adomo a omo wi a omba me akọ back. Enti ya wo kura bi baka che so de omo ye na omo wi enti e betimi akọ. But you almost say omo ba two pavement wo ye chi. Enti ye twa omo so omo ba two pavement no. Afa ye hu de ye hu ya no say omo the flower, omo the black soya begu the flower asisi wo. Afa over I the asin so omo de e ba ye omo pam ye sama ye ntena. Obi nso land ni akotena so. But omo be pam ye say wonye pavement place I was say ye tena. Enti ye table ni ye containers omo mpe wo ho. Enti na omo begugu ni nyina yesra wo mo. Yesra Ghana panimfo. Sabi nyina ye timi ko school a ye betimi akotena office. Enti yesra Ghana panimfo say mukura baby inside the one omo agye no. E no mba ye bibi kakra kura ma yen. Na omo bagye bibi kakra mpo ana so mba ye ho bibi kakra ma ye ne AMF ne be hwa so. Ama ye na omo be hwa ye so ne omo bagye bibi a month kura ana week bi atakiti kura yesra wo mo. Ya pa wo mo cho because abro no ete so mante ma ho no mante twi no ya sra wo mo
ya hye mo boss e mo atena ho
yes so mo pam ya no mo ka che sese nko mo me ya ma anka o mo antampa na ne nka wo so mo pam ye but o ma ama ya kwan ama ya ama ya kwa na so mo se ya betena omo na ma ya betena enti ye busa omo so ye wi a ye be che pavement enti ye wi a ye de mo be ko me de Esther ba fo jima pa cho
Okay. DJ Rock to us my.
Aha. Yeah, say time now so we meet me kasa me be time now so. Won say ope ye padie ye on de bia kasa bronu krom ofe ampa bronu krom be efe to the sense de omo call omo obey rules no wo ho so what then na efese Ghana wa ma me na kasa ndo eno na oton de hwe oma e de hwe agusi na fi so what ya say ba wo kasa no say oma be flowers wo ho ama be dua flowers nya de ade o ti mu ko se no we need na say munsungu aban no so na
promise
that otiti de yes kwatri ko be mount ma aya ti ni di so what ya say fia ye was ye ko tu wo ma ko munko ye strategy na de pam wo but o ma fa mo ho adwi so what ya say ana me selling at the roadside na kasa mu one wo ko kanishi na wisu mala move ahead now we will see here
that time mala market can fan for so on the pavement
o say here debit was me kasa time now so
you see that's our behavior as Ghanaians. We can never change. You will be surprised to know that when you get into the market there are actually empty spaces.
Wait sorry time out so but do you know say the empty space it's not free do you know that?
Oh yes, it's not free, but at least you can pay something later and then you know what's our problem? We feel like when we enter into the market we will not make much sales than when we come on the street. And when you are sitting, one, as he said, it's not safe. This is flower pot. Look at the design of the
overhead.
The overhead. Mistakenly.
Last
because of 1 CD or 5 CDs you used to eat, so you should die.
Me say last 2 years or say 3 years. Circle Dubai kwan we so 4x4 fee overhead no so beto odo na go tani. Etu dey imagine say nya gata na wo ana o masese dwa no gu ono ma we dey can imagine disaster ke besi.
We are so stubborn. We are the same people who point finger at the government, tell him that he's not making his job well, he's not doing his best. We all want the best of this country. We travel to other countries and then we are so much attracted to the way the system is working. Everything is just on point. Tell me, I've not been there before, but I know I'll go there very soon. Watching, yes. Where will you see like glass and you see somebody who say because anime and passing up and down. Like, did you see anything like that? Because on the streets, everything is like it's just in order. But no, we don't want it like it's like it has become our norm. And so you too, when you want to start a business, you just want to see that another place is like it's not a place where it's quiet. Every second, everyone is passing. Every second, and so they make money from there and then, you know. And we too. Me going to inside the market to buy something, once I can see somebody just at the roadside there, I won't buy. So you see, it's also pushing those in the market to come out.
Once a Debbie, I be say we are not going by the rules and regulations. So what is and corruption so does because obaji kakra no ayojina.
And you see, it is actually affecting them because the pavement is actually made for those who cannot. With those who are not riding vehicle to actually pass there. But then pavement, you are selling on pavement. Sometimes it's so it's so heavy because you don't even know where to pass. And then on the pavement, you've arranged your goods. On the pavement, you've arranged your goods. You've arranged Kaneshi. You see that overhead? It's okay.
My boss say, Sister David, you about the time. Arrest my case. So we are going for the midday news at Ghana Talk Radio. Thank you, my listeners, and also my Facebook watchers. One more share more Facebook X and baby. And we are going for the. Okay. We are okay. We are live on Facebook X. Nanado inauguration or say over 80 educational projects or inauguration. It's in live on Facebook and also X. We are going to listen to the news. It's right after the news. DJ Rock, I'm still with you from 12 to 2 o'clock p.m. Mama, bye.
Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big.
Yes. More music.
Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big. This is big.
Oh, good afternoon and welcome to the midday news on Ghana.